Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julie and today you are joining me on another common design mistakes video. This time we're diving right into area rugs. You might remember from my last video, the ultimate guide to area rugs, that I broke down pretty much how to use area rugs in every single room of your home. After watching that video, you all still had so many questions for me, so I rounded up this video based on the most common inquiries that you had. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the number one most common mistake I see made: too small of an area rug. I see this mistake most commonly made in three areas of your home: the living room, the dining room, and the bedroom. Let's talk about that too small rug for your living room. As I've discussed in many videos before, the area rug should fit all of the furniture on top of it with at least 6 inches border around the furniture. If you can't get those 6 inches, at least the front legs of the furniture should sit on top of the rug. Remember that the area rug should define the area and the seating group. Too small and it will make your large expansive space look even smaller than it is. What we're trying to do is expand the visual footprint of your living room. Moving on to the dining room. The dining room's area rug should be large enough so that when you scoot your chair out, you will still be on the rug. This helps protect the flooring underneath it, and of course, it's just more ergonomic for you to be scooting on top of a rug instead of halfway on the rug and halfway on the flooring beneath it. If you want to get really technical here, measure 36 inches away from the perimeter of your dining table. That is the minimum size your area rug should be. If you can't find an area rug large enough for that size, or if you can't afford that size, consider not buying one at all and leave the table floating on the floor. This method will also make the space seem larger if you don't have any area rugs to break up the flooring. Let's talk about bedrooms. I previously mocked up these rooms with different size beds from queens to kings and cow kings, and the minimum size area rugs that you should be laying underneath it. For a queen bed, the minimum would be an 8x10. For a king or cow king bed, the minimum size area rug should be a 9x12. You want the bed to sit comfortably on the rug and have a runner type spacing on both sides of your bed in front of your nightstands. The idea here is to have your feet softly land on the rug and not on the hard flooring underneath it. If your feet land on the flooring, you want to pull the area rug up towards the nightstands. Remember my cardinal rule when it comes to area rugs: buy the largest rug that you can afford. This will give you some flexibility down the line when you move from home to home. Let's say you purchase the largest area rug for your bedroom, but you want to use that for your dining room in the future. Buying the largest area rug will allow you to move it from space to space. Another common design mistake I see is suffocating the room with an area rug that butts right up against the walls. You don't want to suffocate the rooms with an area rug that goes wall to wall. It almost is like carpet and you can't see the beautiful flooring underneath it. Give the rugs and your spaces some breathing room. Start with at least 6 inches away from the walls and try not to exceed 12 to 18 inches. Unless you have a huge space to begin with in the first place, then that 12 to 18 inches is a variable. If you're looking for an area rug to fill the space, position the rug so there's about 12 inches away from the wall to the border of the rug, which means you want approximately 12 inches of floor surface peeking through, give or take. Mess around with the sizes and configuration and see what you like best. Another common design mistake I see is buying the wrong type of rug for the area or your lifestyle. Let's break down the most popular rug types by materials and fiber. Wool rugs are extremely durable, luxurious, allergy friendly, but known to retain moisture that can cause mildew. So you wouldn't want to use them for wet areas like bathrooms, laundry rooms, or even mudrooms. Wool requires professional cleaning, but looks brand spanking new once you get it cleaned. Of course, it's also the most expensive of the bunch, so wool is definitely an investment that you'll make that you'll have for decades down the line. Moving on to natural materials like jute, sisal, or seagrass. I love natural materials, the chunky fibers, the organic look, but they shed a lot. Especially in high traffic areas, if you have kids and pets running around, be prepared to constantly vacuum. You might remember from my previous video, Toss These Items Now. I got rid of my sisal rug after years of just being fed up with it, and I'm looking to replace it with wool, but still shopping for the right one. Silk rugs are strong, but not as strong as wool. The tensile properties of silk make it ideal for weaving intricate designs. Silk rugs are super expensive, very exquisite, and finely made, which means they're typically displayed on walls rather than used to walk on and anchor seating groups. If you're looking for a bargain area rug, polyester or polypropylene is a right choice for you. It's soft underfoot, it adds color to the space without the need for high durability, cleanability, or wearability. People love polyester because it's inexpensive, it's soft, and it comes in just about every color of the rainbow. It's best for lower traffic areas like bedrooms, family rooms where you take off your shoes, and home offices. It's not ideal for super wet areas because they get stiff when exposed to water, which is why it's super difficult to clean. If you have kids or pets, be prepared to discard polyester area rugs because the stains and smells soak into the synthetic fibers and you can never wash them out thoroughly. Over time, polyester area rugs lose their luster, softness, and eventually flatten out, so buyer beware. But I'll be the first to admit that I have purchased many polyester area rugs in the decades that I've been designing my bedroom, my little studio, my home. And of course, I gotta tell you, I don't have any one of these polyester area rugs with me to this day. If you have pets like me, once they soil a particular area on a polyester area rug, I mean, you cannot get that stain and that smell out. No matter what type of cleaning products that you use, they always go back to that same spot. So I've thrown so many out. And if you have that type of disposable income and kids and pets, then polyester might be the right choice for you. It's what interior designers consider throwaway area rugs, which sounds so horrible. But obviously, if you're living alone and you are super tidy and you know you're going to vacuum it regularly, then polyester is probably the right choice for you based on budget, durability, and affordability. If you're looking for a middle ground, look for something with a wool, silk, or bamboo synthetic blend. They're much more affordable than 100% wool. They don't totally break the bank. Plus, once you tire of the look, you won't feel too bad replacing it down the line. The next common design mistake I see is buying matchy area rugs. This tip should come as no surprise to you from me, but I get questions about it all the time. Should my runner match my area rug in the living room? Should the entry mat also be the same as the runner? If I have an open concept space and I have a dining room on one side and the living room on the other, should the area rugs be identical? And my answer would be a resounding no. In order to create a dynamic space that feels cohesive, well thought out, and full of your personality and style, master the mix, everyone. Come up with a color story for each space or your whole house and choose area rugs with colors that fall into those hues. If you have a warm palette, think soft sunset hues without going too saturated. Earth tones, desert hues, dusty pinks, golds, burnt oranges, and soft reds are perfect for this palette. If you have a cool palette, grays, blues, and greens can be super calming and relaxing. If you love a monochromatic vibe with black and white, think about sourcing textured or even patterned rugs that echo that vibe. Remember this tip: when there's too much of one thing, nothing feels special anymore. No matter what you do, have only one style of each rug in their home and never buy the same thing twice. Same rule applies to a matching dining set. The same rule applies to a matching bedroom set. Just don't do it, and remember, no matchy-matchy. The next common design mistake is placing an area rug on top of high pile carpet. Why is this a common design mistake when you've seen area rugs layered on carpet all the time? Trust me, I love that look. I love an area rug placed on neutral carpet, especially when wall-to-wall carpet can seem very boring and very bland. Especially if you want to define a seating group in the living room, or you want to add a little bit more color and pattern and just a little bit more boldness to the bedroom. I love an area rug placed right on top of carpet. What you should never do is place the area rug on a shag or a high pile carpet. Now, why don't you want to do this? Because a high pile carpet or a shag will crush underneath the weight of that second area rug. With this same rule in mind, you can also layer 2 rugs on top of one another. This is the perfect solution to also make do with a too small area rug that you don't want to get rid of. But remember that the best installation for this type of look is an area rug layered on top of a low pile carpet or area rug. And the last common design mistake I see, which to me as a designer is probably one of the most important, is deciding on the area rug last. I'll let you in on a little secret. Before I embark on any client design, pretty much for any room in the house that needs an area rug, I always select the area rug first. Now, why is this? When you make the rug an afterthought, it's much more difficult to get the color story just right to make the room feel cohesive and well designed. I specify the area rug first so I can pull colors from the area rug and apply it onto the furnishings, the drapery, the accessories, decor, and all the textiles and finishes that go into that space. It's the same idea as my paint tip. I choose paint last because paint can be custom colored to match any existing furniture, finishes, and decor. In this case, you would select furnishings, decor, and accessories to coordinate with all of the colors in the area rug. It's a surefire method to have a beautifully cohesive room from top to bottom. Here are a few of my top designer tips to keep in mind when sourcing and specifying area rugs. Buy well, cry once. You will notice that once you start rug shopping, area rugs are just not cheap. The higher the price point, the more durable they'll be years or decades down the line. Buy the best you can afford. Save up for it if you can't afford it now. You can also try buying secondhand and having it professionally cleaned. I've rented rug doctors from my local supermarket and hardware store and cleaned secondhand rugs myself for less than $50. Don't forget the rug pad. Rug pads are essential to protect your floors and extend the life of your area rug by not trapping dirt, oils, moisture, and residue on it. Plus, it cushions the area rug and offers additional support and padding which prevents slippage. Don't ignore the cleaning instructions. Remember that you cannot clean any rug with just soap and water. You can easily ruin natural fiber rugs with too much moisture. Water can actually cause permanent staining, which leads to harmful rug damage. So pay attention to your rug care instructions before making your purchase. I'd like to end this video with a couple of case studies and solutions to some of your most common problems. Let's talk about a corner fireplace that's situated in your living room or dining room. The most common question I get asked is what size area rug should I get for this space and how close or far away should it be from a corner fireplace? You want to clear the corner where this fireplace is located, and you absolutely do not want to place the area rug too close to it. If the seating group is too close, consider this corner like another wall. You want to give the area rug some breathing room. If the seating group is too close, consider doing without an area rug, or think about carpeting that area instead if you want something soft underfoot. Remember that area rugs are used to define an area, and if you choose to go without it, that is entirely up to your design intent. Let's talk about entry foyers. What size should you get for the entry? Going by one of my top tips is to buy the largest that you can afford for the area. I typically like the entry foyer area rug to be as large as possible so it makes that entry look even larger. If you have a smaller entry, consider doing a runner instead. Doormats are usually a little bit too dinky for the space, so invest in a runner or a larger area rug to help expand the visual size of the space. Moving on to the kitchen. Where do I place the runner? In front of the sink? In front of the stove? This is entirely up to you and where you want something softer underfoot. If the area in front of the sink is attached to a longer hallway or an adjacent room, consider placing that runner in front of the sink. If you're spending a whole lot of time in front of the stove and you want to add some color, some softness, and cushion underfoot, consider placing that runner in front of the stove instead. Remember that mistakes are merely unintentional. If you thought about your design intent and you chose to break any of these rules, then those are not mistakes. To me, I consider that a really well thought out design. I share these tips with you so that you have some principles to go by, but of course, if you choose to break any of these rules, that is entirely your call. So when it comes to area rugs, first consider your lifestyle, and second, buy what you love. If you have any more questions or you want to dive a little bit deeper into area rugs, definitely check out my video, The Ultimate Guide to Area Rugs. It's how to choose the perfect area rug for every room in your house. I break down sizes, colors, shapes, styles for every single room in your home. I'll also be sharing links to some of my favorite online rug vendors below. Comment below and let me know if you want an ultimate sourcing guide for my favorite area rugs. Style is very personal, so from that sourcing video, I would love to offer my tips on how you can mix and match styles no matter what your budget is, no matter what type of home you're living in, and no matter what your ultimate aesthetic is. If you're liking this type of content and you're loving the Common Design Mistakes series, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share this video with anyone you know who is looking to source the perfect area rug, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we roll out every Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.